Hey guys, for today's video, I'm going to be talking about a life update and how I'm feeling overall. I'm also going to be talking about goals that I have for 2019. I know it's early, but I did write down a list of goals for 2019 just because it is almost that time where it's the end of the year, and now that we're in November, I feel like I needed to write it down earlier. That way I could really act on it for when the new year starts. So I'm just gonna talk about how I'm feeling and just some other stuff, and I'll just go ahead and get into it. I don't know how to feel. Well, I know how to feel, but I don't always know how to feel about things emotionally. I'm okay mentally and physically, but emotionally it's a bit harder because of anxiety, depression, PTSD. I don't really like talking about personal stuff just because it is harder for me to open up about it. For example, I went through a breakup not last year, this year. I cut off a lot of negative, toxic, bad friends out of my life, and I don't feel like I owe anyone an explanation for that, but that's just what happened to me. I don't really like talking about things that have happened to me, especially in the past, because it is a bit harder on me personally, and I do tend to take things somewhat seriously if it is a very personal situation. I don't have to feel like I need to be around people that bring me down emotionally, mentally. I traveled a lot. I didn't really travel a lot. I went back east to Ontario this summer, which was okay of a trip, I would say. I don't want to go back there though. It's a long flight, and I don't like the turbulence. I don't like the people there. I don't like the weather there. The only reason I went back there is to see where my mom's dad came from, because he was born in Ontario. So we were there for about a week and then came back home. And yeah, it was an okay trip. I did have some homesickness, and there's just some days where I did not want to talk to people. I didn't want to see people, but I just dealt with it anyways. And that kind of falls into physically, emotionally, mentally, and taking care of myself in that way. For next year, it's on my 2019 goals list. In the past, I have ignored how I felt in those ways just because I don't like dealing with emotions, or I don't feel like dealing with my mental status. It just feels like it could be too hard on me, but I know that's just like an excuse right there. I'm not fast at opening up to people because of certain things. I feel like I need time to know people before I do open up to them. So it's just like a one step at a time process for me, I would say. But yeah, I'm gonna say what's on my list is continuing acting training classes, which I started back in not next month, last month, and that's been going good, and I'll do it for as long as I need to, and then I'm gonna do something else along with that that's like work related to the training, and then start working on driving. You're probably thinking you don't have your driver's license yet. I'm 21 and I don't have my driver's license because I did have mild health issues when I was a teenager, and it made it very dangerous for me to drive. But now those issues are dealt with, but I just don't feel 100% confident in driving, especially at my age, especially with lots of bad drivers out there, and people don't always know how to drive, and it's not a good thing to feel anxious about it, especially when you do want to learn to drive. The next goal is to start maybe dating again. I don't know how I feel about it right now. It's only been a couple months since the breakup. I'm not gonna rush myself into something I'm not ready for. So yeah, I don't want to talk about that at all. Next goal is creating a fitness routine. I definitely have done fitness routines in the past, but I've never really stayed on track with them, so I know I definitely need to work on that for next year. And then there's take care of myself, mentally, physically, emotionally, which I just talked about. Working on YouTube goals. There's so much I want to focus on for YouTube next year, whether it's new content or new playlists or new kinds of video styles, whether it's vlogging or doing what I originally do, or just changing things up on my channel overall. I'm not too sure what I want to do for my channel next year. I feel like I need to figure that out on the list also, which I have not done yet. Yeah, if I feel like I need to work on my channel to make it better, then I will, and just do what I gotta do to make that work. Stay healthy overall. That's obviously a big one. No one wants to get sick with all these health issues or chronic health issues and just go downhill with it. So that's definitely a goal. Don't let anyone in unless you know they can be trusted, which is definitely a big goal for me next year as well, because I've let too many people in the past that I have not trusted or couldn't trust, but I didn't know it at the time, and they've just done unforgivable stuff or stuff they shouldn't have done. So I don't really feel like letting people in that easily. I don't really trust myself to let people in as well. Just because I've been friends with people and I thought they were good people, and next thing I know, they've stabbed me in the back or they've done stuff that I don't like, and then I cut them off as friends. So that is definitely a goal of mine that I'm gonna be working on. And the last one is to not let my past get to me. I know it's hard to let your past get to you, especially with a very difficult past. I'm not going to talk about mine just because it's so long and boring, and I don't want to bore people out. I don't want to get upset over it. I don't want people to be annoyed by it, so I'm not gonna talk about that there. How do I feel overall though? I feel like there's a lot of things I can work on myself this year, not this year, next year, whether it's like health related or personal goals or professional goals. I just feel like I need to get to the next step where I can continue it and just keep pushing forward. I don't really like to think about the past or be reminded of it because it is personal, and I just don't like talking about it. I feel like I need to keep moving forward by having things that keep me moving forward, like goals, for example. That's why I even wrote this list in the first place. I feel like I can definitely work on myself so I'm not like so emotionally involved in things, and just be like aware of me and people and learning to read people and that kind of stuff. So I think that's about it for this life update video. I hope you guys all enjoyed. Give it a big thumbs up if you did. Follow me on social media so you know when I post content and like social media related stuff, and give this video a big thumbs up so I know you liked it. Share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.